Controversy and concern continue to swirl around a local landmark 24 hours after we told you about the racial slurs that were quickly covered up. Several community members vowed to protect the famous rock with positive messages now visible, but local touchstone could soon be moving from the spot it has been at for so many years. Let's bring in Paula Tutman. And Paula, it has been a tense 24 hours out there.
Yeah, it really has, Karen. So I do want you to see this rock because it is iconic. Hard to miss on Van Dyke between 30 and 31 Mile. It is in Washington Township, but it is called the Romeo Rock by locals, and they put lots of messages that usually promote unity. And while this message is meant to promote unity, what it's done is it's created a problem for the property owners who now say the rock's got to go.
Who's your boss?
Here's what happened at the iconic rock in Washington Township last night.
You are not taking a rock.
A backhoe with an angry driver announcing that he would be removing the rock.
40 years, you're not taking this rock.
He said that he was going to throw it in the woods.
The rock has been under the watchful eye of a group of locals 24/7.
I don't trust that the second that someone isn't watching it, that someone's not going to go and write something.
For years, while the big rock has been on private property, it has been a welcome canvas to all.
It's more of a symbol of the community. You know, we paint birthdays on here to commemorate and congratulate people and just make memories on it.
But after a weekend of back and forth when Black Lives Matter was painted on the rock, which was changed to All Lives Matter, which was changed to Black Lives Matter, which was then changed to this with a racial slur.
I looked at the rock and just couldn't believe what I saw. It said F Black Lives, and then it had epithet, you know, the N-word.
The rock has become a rallying place as a small group of regular people turned civil rights warriors have become sentries to guard the rock and the current message that Romeo, which is the town just north of Washington Township, will not tolerate racism.
No, tell him to come back with his boss and get the cops.
But it is complicated because you can see the lease signs on the property. The ground is torn up to make way for a new strip mall, and the owners of the property had planned to remove the rock in the coming months to make way for progress. But the back and forth over the activists sped up their desire to move the rock.
The family that owns it were very disturbed by what happened, and they didn't want any part of that kind of ugliness.
Dan O'Leary, the township supervisor, is now in negotiations to walk the tender line between public sentiment for the rock and the message that's currently on it, and the rights of the property owners who are afraid violence could take place on their premises.
Bye-bye. Not today.
If we can find a public piece of property to put it on, so they can be there for a long, long time, that's actually a positive thing.
So you can see the folks guarding the rock. They're here. They're set up to stay 24 hours to make sure no other racial slurs end up on this rock. By the way, the township supervisor believes he has a public place to place the rock, and he should know by the end of the week. Everybody wants the rock to stay. They just need it to be on public property, not private property. Karen?
All right. Thank you, Paula. The World Health